all right, how do I rewire that neurological pathway that is currently designed to, when I take a trade like this, to beat myself up over the motherfucking head about it because I didn't do as good as possible, right? So
And
this
you
is what we're talking about here.
and you have all the skills and experience to have crushed it today.
Exactly, exactly. So Katie is just rubbing it in right now. Yeah,
Yes,
right. So I got all
right.
these things going, right, and it makes it even worse for me. That's my reaction. That's my pathway. That's my neurological pathway that is already set in stone. Boom. You have a good trade. You make 200 grand. You're fucking pissed off because it should have been 2 mil.
Right.
How do you rewire or redesign said neurological pathway?
You forgive
In your
yourself,
opinion.
Luch.
In
In
your
my
opinion.
opinion, you forgive yourself, Luch.
You know what I mean? We're old motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Katie and I, we're old, man. We're fucking old.
We don't have much time left.
So what do we, what are we talking about? How does a trader go about changing those habitual processes to create new pathways, to find new pathways? And you're talking about this one example of rewarding yourself, when you do good or blah blah blah. Talk a little bit about that. What do you think?
You want to retrain. You're gonna be able to retrain your brain by being kind to yourself, and so you want to cut self-aggression, because
Oh my God,
self-aggression,
Katie, he just that, like, that's 100% of my whole being, man. He's asking
yeah.
me to not be
But
myself. Fuck.
then you can continue doing that, and you'll probably continue trading
I'm
how you
looking for
trade,
answers
which
here,
is
Peter. I'm looking
successful.
for answers here, Peter. So,
Yeah.
I got to do what's required. So, anyways, continue. So, you're saying be kind to
So,
yourself.
so self-aggression is hallucinatory. It's not real. It's something you make up in response to an exogenous event, right? Accurate?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you didn't milk the trade to your satisfaction. You had like a strategy in the back of your mind. It didn't. This is like the worst trade to use because you didn't lose money on this trade.
No,
No, this is a
Peter.
good. This is the
Yeah, it's a
best trade
good,
to use.
right? This
This
is
is
the
the
best
best trade to use.
trade to
Keep
use.
going,
Okay,
man.
okay.
Keep
Keep
going. Come
going.
on.
So basically what you're doing is you're enacting self-aggression, which is a taught behavior. It's like a learned behavior to create a dream that you're a significant person relative to the market and you deserve to be punished because you didn't follow through. But the whole line of thinking is hallucinatory. What's going to stimulate new dendrites and new ways of organizing your experience is to be really kind to yourself, kind of give yourself an inner hug, reward yourself for a good trade, and that's going to enable you to build resilience when you're trading in a way that you're not comfortable with, or where you would historically just beat yourself up. You know what I
Did
mean?
you
Because
see
that,
Katie cringe? Did you see
Yeah,
yeah,
Katie
of
Luch.
course I
cringe
did.
Luch.
when you
It's
when you
like
said hug yourself?
Yeah.
Peter, Luch is like, and I said forgive yourself, but Luch is like trying to learn how to play Mozart, okay?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we've been practicing the piano now for a long fucking time.
yeah. That is not that has nothing to do with how the brain remolds itself, though. That
Right,
Right?
right.
Well, I mean, we
From
have tried and we have tried. It's not like we're not trying to be superhuman in regards to our job description.
right, right. There's this line that we live on, Peter. There's this line, man. Yo, after I took ayahuasca and I was trading that year, right?
yeah,
And
pivot.
and I realized that there was a strategy that was just working for me where I didn't have to be as active, but I could still make like 200 grand a month, right? In the end of the year, I ended up with a couple million. And that strategy was just selling premium. But guess what? The market was just doing nothing more or less. It was easy to sell premium a week out, 2 weeks out, and watch it go to fucking zero. Sure, there was some up and down ticks or whatever, but it was just easy to do that. Now, I I people will equate my success with having done the fucking ayahuasca, but in reality, it wasn't the ayahuasca. It was just me reaching to a point where I was tired of being so aggressive about it and trying to find a way to have my time, enjoy some time, and still make money at the same time. And it just happened to coincide with a nice period where there were some good things going on and I felt good about where I was in life and I didn't have so many things on my shoulder, right? Fast forward again, what do? Right? I do what I always do. I overlever, I overextend myself because I got a bunch of money in my pocket. So I create all these businesses, I invest in all this shit, and now all of a sudden I'm back to where I was before I took the fucking ayahuasca in the first fucking place. So my point here is that we live on this line, man, this
Yeah,
weird line.
yeah,
Human beings, man, we live on this line of extremities, man. At
yeah.
least me in particular,
I
where
would
we
say
just float to the both ends of these lines,
it's
and
a
then we have
high
to try to
wire,
find ourselves
a
in
high
the middle
wire,
of it
Luch.
all,
Yeah, you're living on a tightrope.
and we just find ourselves in the middle of all this stuff. Now, what Peter, I believe, is trying to get to is like there's this place where you don't have to do that. And that's, I believe, what the intent of all this kind of stuff, and then where we're trying to get to. Fuck, man.